Hey y'all, my name is Aaron Thomas and I'm one of the associate pastors at West Concord, and we're excited to be able to worship the Lord together today. Wherever you're at, wherever you're watching these videos, we are glad that you are here. Even though we can't gather together in person, that does not stop our worship. That does not stop our God from moving and doing the work that He's always done, to redeem the world to Himself, redeem people to Himself, and we want to continue to be about that as a church family. If you're our guest this morning, we would love to connect with you. There's a link down below the video where it'll take you to a form, and if you submit that, someone from our church will reach out to you. And we don't want to spam you. We don't want to ask you for money. We just want to connect with you as a person, because more than an organization, the church is a family, and we want you to be a part of our family. There's also a link down there for prayer requests. If you have a need that you would like the pastors to be praying for alongside you, then you can submit that, and we'll be praying. We'll join together with you in that prayer for that need. A few announcements today. One, members, we want to continue to remind you that if you have a need, then please let your deacon or your Sunday school teacher know, so that we can meet those needs as best we can. We want to love and serve one another well in this season, and so please make sure that you're letting people know if you have something going on that we can help take care of. The second thing is our Annie Armstrong Easter offering. We are going to collect that this year. We're actually going to collect it next week, and we realize that not everyone is going to have the ability to give right now, and so we don't want you to stress out about it. If you can't do it now, that's okay, but we want to support the North American Mission Board with the funds that we're able to right now during this season, as we know that everyone is hurting and ministries are hurting alongside people. So if you can give, we encourage you to give next week through our online giving, or you can mail a check to the church. But don't worry, if you can't do it now, we will have an opportunity to do that again when we are able to gather together as a church family in real life again. We will collect this offering later in the year. And then also next week is Easter Sunday, and this is going to be a strange Easter Sunday because we're not going to be able to be together. We're going to be in our homes, separated from one another, and so we want to do something to help make this Sunday stand out from the others. And what we're going to do is try to have communion together. And what we need from you is that you provide your own elements if you're able to. So as you're doing your grocery shopping or grocery ordering, make sure you get some grape juice or some bread to provide those elements. If you're not able to do that, please let us know, and we'll make sure that someone delivers them safely to your home so that you have them in preparation for next Sunday. And we're going to try to do it together at the same time. Even though we're not going to be together, we're going to try to aim to start our service at 10:30. So be prepared next week to view these videos at 10:30 on Sunday morning if you're able to. And that way, as we take communion, we will be taking it together as a church family the best way that we can in these weird times we're living in. And this is a difficult season. And it's difficult for a lot of different reasons and a lot of different ways. Some of you may be just bored because we're all disconnected from one another, and maybe the boredom is overwhelming because you can't be with people and you can't go out and do the things that you want to do. Or maybe you're feeling overwhelmed. You're the opposite of bored because now you're doing your job from home in addition to taking care of your kids or other home responsibilities, and you're just burdened with that extra load that has fallen on you. And whatever that is, whatever space you are in, I want to encourage you not to push pause on your relationship with the Lord. There's going to be so many other things happening, so many other distractions coming in. Don't just sit out and wait until we can gather together again before you engage with God and engage with His Word. I've mentioned this quote before from D.A. Carson, where he says that people do not drift towards holiness. We don't drift towards holiness. And this becomes real to me more and more all the time. And it's become real to me in this season as I've been overwhelmed with working from home and have my kids running around. I'm going to bed later at night and my kids are waking up earlier in the morning, and I'm just not... I don't have the routine and the rhythm of spending time alone with the Lord in the morning. And so I want to encourage you, as I'm encouraging and challenging myself, to not lay that aside and not set that down, but pursue the Lord in this time. Be intentional to go after Him in this time. Today I was reading in John chapter 13, and John chapter 13 has one of my favorite passages in all of the Bible, when Jesus gives the new commandment where He tells His disciples to love one another just as He has loved them. And then in verse 35, He tells them that the world will know that they are his disciples by the way they love one another. Which we may think that people would know we are Christians because of the stance we take on certain political or certain societal or social issues. But what Jesus says is the way we love each other as believers is going to demonstrate to the world that we are Christ followers, that we belong to him. And so I want to encourage you this season to love each other well. Let's love our church family well. Yes, we want to be reaching out and loving our neighbors well too, because Jesus commands that also, for us to love our neighbor and also love our enemies. But he says that people are going to know we're his disciples by the way we love each other. And so let's demonstrate that to the world this week. Look for opportunities to love one another as a church family so that we can show that love to the world and invite them to join in it with us. And until we get to meet again, we love you, church.